touchdown, the first career touchdown for Antoine Pruneau. What a catch.
Hi, I'm Darvin. I lost my foot in a lawnmower accident.
Come on, come on.
Today I'm teaming up with the BC Lions to tell kids to play safe.
Cool lion.
Thank you. Go Lions!
What does a lion do?
Run.
Jump.
Tackle.
Roar. All right, Darvin.
Show me your roar.
Whatever game you play, play safe. A message from the Rams.
Chunky soup with its abundance of nourishing veggies and big pieces of seasoned meat. Chunky is good stuff you feel good about. And when you feel good, who knows what kind of good you might do.
It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clear-Out. Clear-out pricing on virtually all remaining 2017s, like up to $5,000 standard rate finance cash on road, with available intelligent around view monitor to help you park like a pro. $4,500 on Murano, and up to $6,000 on Pathfinder with intelligent four-wheel drive, designed to automatically adapt to changing conditions. Or get 0% financing for 60 months on other select models. It's the final days of the Nissan Redline Clear-Out.
When offenses draw this up, they are trying to get Pruneau influenced by this deep one. Watch how the veteran in Antoine Pruneau does not bite on that deep layered post route. If you stop it there, here comes the deep one. Now what they're hoping offensively, Saskatchewan, is he goes with that, but he doesn't. Pruneau reads it, he sees Kevin Glenn's in trouble, and he jumps the route, plays the play basically, tips it to himself, pick six for Antoine Pruneau.
And you're right, Picard Grant's looking the other way when Pruneau jumped the route. Christian Jones gets loose and finally tracked down by Kevin Brown. So the first lead of the night for the Redblacks. And Kevin Glenn's thrown a pair of interceptions in the game. By the way, Ottawa only 32 points off turnovers in the previous 11 games. They have not taken away the football much this year and have not capitalized, but a pick six changes that. And we've got an injured Redblack in front of the Ottawa bench. Hard to pick up a number there. Is that Austin Hartley, number 80? No, it's Andrew Marshall, 90.
Andrew Marshall.
Simon Fraser product. Onto the bench. So we're midway through the third quarter. First Ottawa lead of the game. We know Ticat fans are watching anxiously here. BC Lion fans, Edmonton Eskimo fans are cheering for the East. That time of year, Trent Richardson, biggest run in the CFL, lowers the shoulder and rumbles for 15.
Well, there's a little glimpse of, in the first big play of what Trent Richardson is capable of. And it's, first of all, nice vision, because he takes it and then makes that first man miss and bounces to the outside, then lowers his shoulder on Antoine Pruneau. So Pruneau with the pick six gets right back on the field and has to put his shoulder in there to take on Trent Richardson at 225, 5'9". It's like a bowling ball coming down there.
Kevin Glenn slammed to bang, got the catch, and another first down. Back-to-back first downs for the Riders to the Ottawa 35.
Antoine Pruneau is all over the field now. This time Trent Richardson on the play action, and quick slant to Rob Bagg, and who steps up to help out in the tackle? Inside out was Pruneau, and Jonathan Rose was outside in.
First down at the 35 again, quickly out of Kevin Glenn's hands, and the catch made by Carter once again. And now 6 grabs in the game for Duron Carter.
It's one of the benefits of having a veteran at quarterback, though. If he does make the mistake, as he did, throwing the interception to Antoine Pruneau, comes back, you got to flush that and come back and put a drive together and get in scoring range. And right now the Riders are back in scoring range. Couple of quick throws after the run from Trent Richardson.
Season high for Carter's 131. Earlier this year against Toronto, he's at 129. After his 6th catch, 2nd and 3. It's LaFrance, hole left side, and it got closed down. There's Taylor Reed once again.
That starts up front with Mike Wakefield, Zach Evans, that allowed Taylor Reed the freedom to flow to that ball and to flow to Keenan LaFrance. We've seen them go head-to-head a bunch tonight.
Looked like he had a crease, and Reed ironed that out in a hurry, and it's Scarpina that has to come on 3rd and 2. Riders back in the lead. Rapina hits his 5th of the game. 22-20, Saskatchewan.
You know I'm going to lose. I'm gambling with fools. But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever.
In a friendly competition, when does the mercy rule come into effect? Gillette Fusion Pro Glide with FlexBall technology hugs contours like no other razor and gets virtually every hair. Gillette. First, there's sharp blades, then shielding lubrication and cooling. Brr. With lubrication before and after the blades. Shields and cools while you shave. Pro Shield Chill from Gillette.
Trent Richardson, 7 for 35 in this 15-yard run on that drive for a field goal for Saskatchewan. With more on the new tailback, let's join again Lee Jones.
Well, when Trent Richardson was introduced to the media when he was signed, he basically told the media he didn't know anything about the CFL rules, but just give him the pigskin and he'll run with it. Well, that tune's kind of changed a little bit. We talked about it this week at practice, and he said, hey, there's a lot I don't know about the CFL. I had no idea about the ratio situation that you had to have so many national players on the field. I'm starting to learn more about this game, the differences compared to the NFL, and I'm respecting this game and realize the talent that's out there. Head coach Chris Jones also mentioned, I know there's a lot of expectations on this guy because he was a 3rd overall pick, but hey, he's only been here for a couple weeks. That's essentially a training camp, guys.
We've seen an upgrade in his performance here in week 2. Here's a guy that is adept at carrying the football, 6'4" for William Powell.
Trent Richardson will become better. I mean, his skill and his abilities, you can't question those, but it's just how you approach it. We've seen many times guys come up that don't have the respect for the league that they need, and they kind of learn quickly that a lot of good players make tackling you trying. It's really no different. It is football.
2nd and 4. Give it to Powell again, and play is stopped. And procedure against the Redblacks.
Top running backs in the league right now, Jerome Messam, Canadian.
Procedure, Ottawa, number 59. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Andrew Harris.
Jake Silas.
Yeah, Andrew Harris, Canadian. Winnipeg, William Powell, out of Kansas State, one of the top ones. James Wilder Jr., who will sit out tomorrow's game in Edmonton, but he's been on a roll of late. C.J. Gable also in that group. And you know what? From all over North America.
Second down, the pass in the flat. Powell's got to make somebody miss. He gets up to the 40, and it'll be third down. But it's nice to talk about running backs again. They're back in vogue.
Yeah, running backs are people too. In the first half of the season, they were kind of ignored by offensive coordinators, but back and important this time of year. And I think they went back this particular play, Chris, they went back to William Powell after seeing on the last series that he was open on the swing pass. Tried it again, but this time the Riders made the adjustment.
Ahar punting. Christian Jones fields it, trying to get outside. Got great speed, but this time he is tracked down. That's good contained by Matt Webster.
Trent Richardson getting another chance here on first down to come out, and it may become situational for Saskatchewan. They go with 33 on first down. Keenan LaFrance on second.
Tackle made by Brendan Galanders on the play. Good speed by another running back, but playing on the teams.
28, you about to get roasted up.
Let's see if they start to lean on Richardson here. Make it to him, taking a shot, and the ball is caught. What a terrific catch that is by Jerron Carter. And he might get to 1,000 yards on the season here tonight.
Well, great acceleration at the top of the route. This is how he makes his play. He's going to hit the seam here, and he's got good speed anyway, but he finds another gear with the ball in the air. As he splits the two defenders here, now he puts into another gear and then stabs the football just over the shoulder of Pruneau.
What a great catch, and now at 980 yards on the season, 7 for 174 on the night. Pocket collapses, Glenn gets it away. Big hit here on Baltimore on Naaman Roosevelt.
Baltimore saying the ball was...
Yeah, the officials are marking it. Baltimore saying it's an incompletion. And now, see if the officials confer on this. Yeah, he's got the catch, and not sure the ball ever did come out. But Kevin Glenn hit his hand on a helmet or on a teammate, maybe. It looks like he hit Bruce Campbell, the left tackle.
On the shoulder pad. It's like the third time in the last month that he has whacked that hand on the follow-through. In fact, people speculating last week in Toronto that maybe it was the hand bothering him again. That's why he got off to the slow start.
I asked him that yesterday, and it almost seemed like it insulted him that I was offering an excuse that maybe the hand, the grip was not right. He didn't want to lean on that at all.
Hey, listen, he's a veteran. He understands, and so did Chris Jones, that the debate will be on after the Toronto game as to who should start at quarterback and which quarterback should be on the field. In fact, right after the game in Toronto, Chris Jones said, hey, you all in the media and across this province are going to debate who should start at quarterback, but I'm telling you it's Kevin Glenn. He makes the final call.
Glenn over 300 now for the 7th time this year and the 53rd time in his career. Richardson. Oh, he got cut down. Terrell Gavins stepped up, but it's a first down carry for Richardson. Naaman Roosevelt heading off and going to the room.
Looks like he's giving it the thumbs up. Let's take this hit from Gavins. Just takes the legs out from underneath Richardson.
Gavins at 178, tackling a guy 50 yards heavy or 50 pounds heavier. There's a nice touch by Richardson. Gavins in the vicinity once again. But the Roughriders in an area they've been a lot tonight and have had to settle for 5 field goals. And has also thrown an interception in the end zone. Chris Jones looking for a major here as the clock drains in this third quarter.
Doesn't help that Naaman Roosevelt isn't on the field.
Quickly gets it away. Hawley stopped short. Sherrod Baltimore there. He made the play earlier on Roosevelt. And the field goal unit likely will come on again. It's going to be 3rd and 2 to 3. And it's the end of the third quarter, so Chris Jones will have a little time to deliberate. Ron Carter's having himself a night. But Antoine Pruneau makes a huge play. 2 lead changes in the quarter. A 2-point Rider lead heading to the 4th.
Best day ever.
One night.
What?
2 fun shows.
Lucky duck.
The Big Bang Theory.
Finally, something interesting.
Canada's most watched comedy.
Do you not want me to be friends with your mom?
I married you to hurt her.
Followed by Me, Myself, and I.
Star Wars is something that you watch with your father. Grandpa Ron is not your father. I am your father.
Back-to-back comedies. Yes. The Big Bang Theory, followed by Me, Myself, and I. It all starts Monday at 8, 9 Mountain on CTV.
It's the chauffeur, the workhorse, and in constant demand. It's about finding time to talk, and the only time you'll find baseball and ballet in the same place. It's a place to be entertained, or to be entertaining. Dodge Grand Caravan. It's taken everything a family could throw at it or in it. Get up to $10,500 in total discounts now during the National Grand Caravan Clear-Out event.
It is a beautiful night for football. They're on fire! This is the way it's supposed to be.
The fans have been waiting a decade for this.
The Alouettes are rolling right now.
Did you see that?
Where would you rather be than watching some CFL football?
Big engine stats for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but just a 2-point lead through 3 quarters of play.
Well, Kevin Glenn gone wire to wire here so far. He's over 300 yards passing, and Deron Carter has been his #1 target. We'll get an update on Naaman Roosevelt, but the time of possession is a big one in stats line because almost double the Saskatchewan Roughriders have had the ball.
And almost half, in fact, more than half of the receiving yards. Deron Carter, 174, his career best, 181 on a night where he looked like he was off his game. We thought the field goal unit would come on. Chris Jones had plenty of time to think about it, and now they're going to go for it on 3rd and 2 from an interesting alignment here. Going to be a direct snap to Richardson. They stack it up. Here he comes. And he should have it. Well, that was interesting.
That's to take advantage of a couple of things. One, just the power of Trent Richardson. And then to load it up with big blockers in the backfield, including Jeff Knox Jr. that came to the line of scrimmage trying to open up a hole. Now Richardson had to make one miss, or that's a loss of 3, but he did that. Lowers his shoulder here on contact and had to get the second effort to stretch across that line.
Yeah, even Avery Ellis had a shot at stopping him short, but second and third effort. And the Roughriders stay on the field. Richardson to the sidelines. 1st and 10 from the 11. Glenn pump.
Hawley came off the line of scrimmage like he knew he was primary. I'm not sure that was designed to go like that as far as the celebration goes, but the play certainly was when it came to the execution. I mean, Caleb Hawley off the left of your screen, he just hits this on the fly, hands up in the air because he can see the coverage. There's a bus back there, and he's in the middle wide open.
Touchdown against the Argos last week, and now his 4th of the year here tonight against the Redblacks. Convert's good, and it's a 9-point Rough Rider lead.
Sometimes you know you're the #1 guy. He has about a 2-yard lead on Deron Carter when they come off the line of scrimmage together. He is so pumped about the prospect of this route. Here's Caleb Hawley right here. That's going to be his route. Now watch how much faster he comes off the line than Deron Carter. Now sometimes receivers will run at a different pace just to open up when they're running complementary routes, but you could see he just took off to that hole and put his hands up to his quarterback Kevin Glenn, saying, just like we drew it up. Antoine Pernot, who made the play cutting underneath. Remember when he had deep coverage and he cut underneath and made an interception for a touchdown? If you do that too much as a safety, undercutting that kind of play, you can get in trouble.
7 plays, 80 yards, a 3rd down gamble that works. Converted by Trent Richardson, and Hawley the touchdown. That makes it a 2-score Rough Rider lead once again. Far from done, though. Here's Quincy McDuffie. A good return up close to the 45.
Kevin Glenn has learned, and again, a veteran quarterback can see this. Watch me show you Antoine Pernot here. Antoine Pernot on this touchdown, he's going to try and sneak underneath it again. And he got the pick 6 in the 3rd quarter. And watch him sneak underneath it this time. And this time Kevin Glenn says, no, I'm going to spot it here. If you're going to sneak and play underneath like that, I'm going to spot the ball in behind you.
Redblacks start at the 44. Trevor Harris taking a shot for Deontay Spencer, incomplete. Working against Chris Lyles.
I know the Riders they've been saying all week, the receivers, that they want to come up with new ideas. In fact, I think they were soliciting the crowd when it came to their touchdown celebrations. I'm not sure this one worked the way they drew it up, but it could be dodgeball. It could be dodgeball because, yeah.
I think we needed a translation. Closed captioning on all Rough Rider touchdowns. Trevor Harris again wanted Spencer back to back. He said he could get open against Chris Lyles. Had a step, but it falls incomplete.
Now he's telling everybody, including the defenders for Saskatchewan and Chris Lyles, that he can beat them. But it doesn't count if you don't catch it. That's called a plus for Chris Lyles. Deontay Spencer wanted that one back. He wanted Trevor Harris to put a little more air under it.
Back-to-back 2-and-outs. Christian Jones, and the momentum takes him out inside the 20. There is a flag down. We'll see if the Redblacks have to re-kick. We'll sort it out when we come back. Riders with the lead, and we think with the football.
Me and you just singing on the train. Me and you listening to the rain. Me and you sitting on the lawn. Me and you just singing our song just to rhyme, to shine and to pass the time.
Right now, get up to 20% of MSRP cash purchase credit on select 2017 vehicles, like the GMC Sierra. See dealer for details.
The call just came in.
It's another missing woman.
Be careful. We don't know what we're dealing with. He calls himself the Snowman Killer. He's completely insane.
Mr. Policeman, I gave you all the clues. By the time you read this, I will have built a new snowman.
The Snowman. For over 90 years, Canadian homeowners and professionals have chosen STIHL to get the job done. Only at authorized dealers, you'll find STIHL quality outdoor power equipment at affordable prices, with blowers starting at $189.95, chainsaws starting at only $259.95, now with the free Wood Pro kit. Fuel or battery products are available at over 1,000 STIHL dealers across Canada, where it's easy to find expert advice, on-site service, and Canada's #1 selling brand of gas-powered equipment. Find your dealer today at stihl.ca.
The CFL on TSN is brought to you by the 2017 GMC Sierra Elevation Edition. Get noticed like a pro. Redblacks called on a hold that will force them to re-kick.
A big difference, possibly a big difference in field position here.
First punt took Jones out around the 20. He awaits the second one at about the 30, but backed up to the 25. There's Christian Jones, loose again. Hurdling one tackler and dragged down at the 50-yard line, a 26-yard return. J.P. Bolduc saved further damage.
About 35 yards difference on the holding penalty from the Ottawa Redblacks on that last punt. He was out around the 20-yard line, as you mentioned, Chris, gets all the way up now to the 52 or just shy of it.
Well, he had 211 return yards in the first meeting between these two.
Love you, mama.
And he's up to 170 return yards here tonight. So much better field position for Saskatchewan, and Trent Richardson sidesteps the first tackle and plunges ahead for a couple.
First play of the game, Duron Carter got an unnecessary roughness penalty and had to be calmed down by his teammates. Wanted the ball, as Lee Jones from the sideline reported in the first quarter, wanted it more in the first half, and Kevin Glenn started feeding him the rock, and Duron Carter has become the impact player here tonight for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
7 for 174. He's at 980 yards and 1,030 in 2014. And that pass complete to Carter once again. An 8th catch in front of Corey Tyndall. And a first down that gets him a little closer to 1,000.
This really helps a receiver. Kevin Glenn's going to put it right between the 8 and the 9.